With so many servers available, it can be hard to know where to even start when trying to find a new one. But here, I'll talk about some of the best servers on PlayStation, why they're so good, what they offer, plus any other information I think is relevant so you can decide which one is best for you. I'll try to include a server type for everyone, but if I don't mention your favorite server and you think it should be on the list, drop it in the comments. I write down and check out every server recommended to me, so your comment really does make a difference. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment or subscribe. I would love more PlayStation players on my channel. But without further ado, let's get into the video. And jump. That's fine, I can make it. I didn't make it. Just a heads up, most of these servers have a Discord. Discords are a great place to meet people and to find out the rules of the server. An easy Google search should find what you're looking for. Starting off with the End, and by End I mean Endgame. This is a server with a huge and ever-growing community of dedicated players and admin that adds a variety of features to DayZ, offering both Chernarus and Livonia. It has a fair loot economy, good additional areas, safe zones, and a variety of other cool little quality of life additions. Raiding is allowed, but you can only do it during pages, meaning you don't have to be online 24/7 to stop your world from disappearing under you. This is a server that gets a lot of attention and interaction from admins who are constantly trying to better it. It's a great server for anybody wanting to be a part of a huge community. Moving on to an almost official experience with some cool quality of life additions, it's called Vanilla Plus. This is a great server with a friendly community, though you should expect some PvP along the way. It has a well-balanced looting system for the player who wants to get the edge taken off the learning curve of looting, but at the same time doesn't want things handed to them. This is a decent place for anyone looking for a long-term server to settle down on with regular faces. Vanilla Plus is a fun server and will absolutely continue to attract a lot of others. Okay. Right. My mum would never forgive me if I killed Michael Flatley. The next one is just a fun server with a cool community. It's called Better Days, or Better DayZ. This server keeps it simple. There are traders and factions, each with their own specific territories, some custom places, a more diverse loot economy, safe zones, and so on. There's no kill on sight outside of specific zones, meaning almost everybody you meet are willing to trade or talk. But amongst all of this, if you decide you don't want to be a solo player and you want to join a faction, you can declare a war on another faction, leading to some incredible encounters. Then there's something a little different. It's called the World of Horrors. Much of the server is vanilla, but they've added a safe zone, full cars and trucks, and a few exclusive locations, including this cool mist. I know it seems weird saying that it's somewhat vanilla, but it kind of is. They just blended it really well. This server is perfect for anyone looking for that mix of almost official with a few community benefits. It also has a cool heat map system on their Discord that can light up previous kills, in addition to a kill feed. The admin are also active but not intrusive, offering optional events every few weeks or so, from randomly placed gift boxes to the best photo competition. This is a great server for solo players, although the option for faction play is still available and still just as fun. I'm going from bad hat to badass. For those of you who like modded and unique areas, this server is for you. It's called DayZ Central. Coming with both a Chernarus map and Livonia one, it adds roaming airdrops, safe zones, traders, outposts, and some really cool admin hosted events. It also has an extremely well balanced loot economy. As you can see, I've mentioned this a few times, that is quite an important thing people keep asking for. So food is less of a focus, and well, getting armed is much easier with higher tier loot seeming to spawn in more accessible places. There are hardly any zombies, like you can go hours and not see them, which is definitely a plus to a lot of people. The server has a lot of innovative ideas, they implement a lot of them, and quite honestly, this is one of the most fun servers I've played on in so long. It's definitely one of those servers that if you play DayZ, you have to try this one at least once. Now, there are many PvP only servers, and they are great for boosting your fighting skills, but the majority of them run like a brick. So I've tried to focus on a fun experience, but also a stable one, as stable as a PvP server can be, which is what brought me to Blackout. Nice. guys. Specifically, Blackout Northwest Airfield, which is a full PvP only server. It also comes with a US and EU server too. It offers a lot of gunplay, heavily modded, with every spawn point located around the northwestern airfield. So even when you die, you're never out of the action for too long. No, I can't fire too close to the railing. This is proof that just because you have thousands of hours, it doesn't mean you're not a noob. But if hardcore is your thing, check out All That Remains. This first-person hardcore server provides a pretty consistent experience. It's a fairly new server that adds some cool little things. Traders, cannabis, swords. The admins of the server are trying to replicate a post-apocalyptic world as closely as possible. So there are many additions and modifications based around that premise. All That Remains is definitely going to be many people's favorites in the future, and it's a lot of fun and absolutely worth anybody's time. But if PvP is not your thing, then a PvE server might be what you need, and for that there's SQU PvE. Although this is PvE, there are a few clearly marked zones for PvP for anybody interested. But basically, people just want to hunt, have fun, explore and build. There are events such as a boxing tournament, King of the Hill, hunts and so on, but these can be completely ignored if they're not your thing, though I recommend trying them at least once, especially the boxing. Boxing on DayZ is just really fun. With no base raiding and no killing or being killed by others on 99% of the map, this server lets you hone your other survival skills. But the reason this server made it to the list is because the overall quality of it is just so well done. I'm honestly surprised this isn't a 30,000 player discorded server. If PvE is your thing, give it a go. But if you're looking for a good roleplay server, then Prime is the one for you. Another server with unique locations and a really approachable community. This is a great server to not just meet people on, but to also build a base. Just make sure you have a flag because it adds protection to your base, and I learned this the hard way. I'll link a full guide on how to build a base and flags in the top right and description for anybody who wants to know, but plug aside, let's get back to the video. Prime has green zones and red zones, each with their own set of rules, which not only enable multiple styles of play, but also adds depth to Chernarus exploration and interaction. Prime is a prime example of what this type of server should be like. But for those of you who want some cartel action, there is a server called Cartel's Land. It offers modded areas and loot, regular events, traders, a Discord economy, and for anyone interested, a kill feed and heat map. The server size is increasing, so it's an excellent time to get involved in this particular community before it blows, because it will blow. The admins are responsive, and I'd recommend this server for anyone looking for a long time server, anyone looking for a cool place to build, and anyone looking specifically for weekend raiding. I have been and will continue to play, so I might see you there. Then there's a server called All Welcome. This is a highly accessible server aimed at catering for all levels. Its loot economy is completely different to official, and even the spawn locations are inland, meaning spawning on the coast is a thing of the past. But to balance this out, they have additional features such as more wolves and bears, which adds a cool dynamic to long adventures, and something that will appeal to a lot of people based on the requests I get. It doesn't really have zombies. There's also plane crash sites and cool heli sites and ways to just meet people for trade. This is a server that stands out from the rest and definitely adds its own unique approach to Chernarus. Oh, and there's a vanilla alternative called All Welcome Vanilla 2, which I played for less than 5 hours, so I can't really comment on it, but it was fun for the short time I spent on it.
Is anyone in here?
No. Next is a cool server called High Loot Full Cars, yada yada. This is a good server for anyone wanting the opposite of a hardcore experience. It's a cool server with a black market, the loot is boosted, and the food is plentiful. They've done a good job here making it a friendly and useful server for anybody who doesn't want to spend a lot of time looking for food and guns specifically. They also have custom loot spawns and locations, which makes you find more interesting things than you would on a normal vanilla server. It's important to mention this is technically a German server. However, other languages are welcomed and used often, with the Discord having English, Spanish, German and mixed chats. I found some really friendly players here, not just on Discord but on the server itself, so don't expect to go there unable to communicate with anybody, because that is not really how it's going to go. In my experience, most people can speak English. Just keep what I said in mind. This is a really fun server that I absolutely recommend. But if this still isn't what you're looking for, I have even more recommendations in this video here, and I have more than 200 tips and tricks in this one. Just click on the video, and as always, until next time.